All right, we got a couple guests today on the show. So first, I want to thank them both for coming on. We have Eric Kanefsky, you know, the guy who's running around with the scale. And then we got Joey STAXX. But first, I want to say, don't get mad at me for saying that name. I didn't mean it. What happened was, the first video that I filmed, I pronounced your name wrong. And then I watched it back and I said, fuck, I fucked up. But I didn't want to go back and record it. And then people started laughing about it. So I went on with it, but I promise from now on, I'm not going to say STAXX no more. I'm going to call you Joey STAXX, your real name, because you were kind enough to come on. So Joey, thank you. Eric, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
So first thing I want to say is, Eric.
Yes.
You went to the Houston Expo, right?
Right.
And I didn't even know you were there at the time. Even though we're close friends, I had no idea.
Well, I told you a million times. You should have checked your phone, you asshole.
I was busy. I was moving. I was dealing with a lot of shit, so I haven't been checking my fucking phone, asshole. So shut up. Listen to me now, all right? So he was there at the expo, and he was fucking with Fat Boy. At the same time, I was fucking with them. And the same time, Joey was fucking with them. And none of us really knew all of us were doing it. So it's crazy. All three of us have one thing in common. We all fucked with Big Boy at the same fucking time. So when he sees this video, he's probably gonna be pissed at us. You know what I mean?
For me, it just it was pretty unintentional that I happened to fuck with Big Boy, because obviously, like, people are like, "Oh, you pranked him," blah blah blah. I wouldn't even call it a prank. Like, I came up to everybody, asked their height and weight the same way, gave them an opportunity, you know, to check it. And everybody, most of the people, just like Joey STAXX, you know, they had no problem with it. And Big Boy is the only one who took it as some sort of disrespect and, like, flipped out for whatever reason. So it's not like I specifically targeted him, but you know, that's just what ended up happening.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You know, a lot of people in the comments, too, because when I did the reaction video, they're all like, oh, why did your boy go target fucking Fat Boy? And I'm like, he didn't target him. It just happened. That's the only clip I showed in that video. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you should have showed the full video, because people think I'm some weirdo who just, like, really cared about Big Boy's weight and height. But nah, I do the same thing to everybody.
But something else I noticed is that people were thinking that you were choosing sides because you were cool with Joey in the first part of the video and you weren't cool with Big Boy. Explain that.
Well, Joey was cool with me. So, you know, actually, I only found out about this beef like 2 days before the expo, because I was looking up who's going to be there, like taking notes on who I want to weigh. So for whatever reason, I looked at Big Boy's channel. I haven't watched this channel in like years. And then I look at his comments and everybody's talking about Joey STAXX, Joey STAXX, Joey STAXX. So then that's when I saw Joey STAXX's video. I got up to speed on the whole beef. And then at the expo, you know, I came in pretty neutral, but Joey STAXX was fucking amazing. And then Big Boy was a dick. So at this point, of course, you know, I'm Team STAXX.
Let's go.
You know how you're getting shit? They're like, you know, you pulled out a fucking shank, you pulled out a knife. My experience in life, and I'm not from the streets, I'm not going to say I am, but I'm not a scared bitch, right? And my thing is, if anyone ever came up to me, right, I don't give a shit who they are. If I have a gun, if I have a fucking knife, I got to kick them in the balls if I have to. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting fucked up or taking a risk in that. People don't understand that.
Looking, bro. We're too good looking.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't want to fuck up my face. I fucked it up enough. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, I said, man, I'm not going to sit here and go round and round with somebody like that. I'm definitely going to take the upper hand. And like I said, once I pulled that out, you should have seen his face. I posted it on my story. And I'm thinking, man, this guy, he's really giving away how gangster he is. He's never seen a...
I have a question, too, for Joey. Did you think he was actually even going to do anything? Because, like, why would he go up in the Hilton lobby in front of everybody? Like,
I've seen people do stupid things, you know what I mean? And he's not that bright. So
makes sense.
I definitely was just, you know, looking after mine at any means necessary. I was going to defend myself. I wasn't the aggressor. I kept my cool. You know what I mean? It was a very immature situation for me. But, you know, I did what I had to do at the time, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing that's crazy. You're in the bar, you're having drinks, probably looking at women. Actually, no, you're probably not, because you're married, but you're sitting there having a good time with your guys, and in comes Fat Boy screaming his fucking butt off. You didn't do shit. You pulled out a knife to protect yourself. You don't know if he has a gun. You don't know what shit he has. And you know what the fucked up part about it is? They didn't let you in the expo the next day. It's not even your fault.
And I mean, there's there with me, they weren't friends of mine. I just met them a few hours before that. Everybody thought that was my crew. Everyone thought that, you know, hey, man, they were shaking Big Boy's hand. Like, those guys had beef with him. He had beef with multiple people. You know what I mean? And my guys weren't even there, man. I was sitting there at the bar. It was 11 o'clock at night. Like you said, he comes and hollering. He was screaming, knife, 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 for the security to come. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't say one word about a knife. I said, you can get this right here. This is what you get. You know what I mean? And made a huge scene like a child. But again, Hollywood gangster. Hollywood gangster.
You know what the thing is, too? I think people don't understand, because I've known about this shit for years with Big Boy, the story about Rich. And then there's been a lot of YouTubers, famous ones, right? They've reached out to me and they're like, John, I won't even fucking say nothing to Big Boy because they're so scared of him. So people don't realize you have balls to fucking go make that video exposing him. That means you ain't scared of him. You know what I mean?
And when I'm saying bully in the video, I'm letting them know, like, come on, man, you ain't gonna bully me. What you want to do, bully? I got this blade. What you want to do, bully? They're making it sound like I'm like bully. Like, not at all, homie. I'm definitely wasn't scared of him. I definitely was about to put that. I hate to say it, man, in myself. You know what I mean? Because again, I can't be an aggressor. I'm also older than him. I'm more mature than him. So I know how, in a situation like that, exactly what I got to do. Plant my feet. Don't make myself the aggressor. Wait, come to me, and then handle up. But if he's just going to sit there and bark at me the whole time and not come at me, he was the one that was coming for me.
Yep.
He came up the stairs, and then there was an invisible wall that he just couldn't cross. So,
I mean, think about something. All this, listen, since YouTube fitness started, right? There's so many people that have made videos talking shit about others. Never one time has somebody fucking come with the camera, right? And was an aggressor to come talk shit to the guy and who knows do what, start a fight with him. It's never happened before.
This is my first YouTube. I don't know how they do it on YouTube. I said, I've been a lot of prison, man. So when someone comes to me like that, I'm ready to take your fucking life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. You know, there was something else you did in your, you said in your video, it had me cracking up, and you didn't go into detail. So I know people watching are going to want to know. You said he has a sugar daddy. And why I was laughing was, okay, I lived in Scottsdale, Arizona. I just moved to New Jersey, right? And back there, all the girls, the hot ones, they all have sugar daddies. They're out to dinner with these at these $500 restaurants with these old men. You know what I mean?
Know to ask me, man. Yeah. So
you know what I'm talking about. So I want to know, does Fat Boy go to dinner with fat old men, or what does this sugar daddy shit actually consist of?
I mean, honestly, bro, the situation was he just the face, and he had somebody with all the backing of the money. You know what I mean? And this guy's coming in like, and the reason I say that is because I think I followed that up with everything I've built for my brand has been me who's worked, made every dime, no help from nobody. You know, I've been the sole person to put all the money over the years. You know, he had it made. There was no struggle. There was a guy like, hey, here, I'll supply all the money for everything and you just be the face. Now, you know, honestly, yeah, you know, he meets up with them. They talk about the stuff they're doing together.
Does he strip? Does he strip for him?
I don't even know, man. I kind of was heat of the moment, giving him a hard time. Basically, dude's got an older man with a bunch of money that's backing his play. Who the fuck? Not from California, down here in Texas. That's some weird shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't get no money from nobody to back my play.
Yeah, you know it's crazy. Yeah, East Coast just doesn't really exist here either. It's a more of a West Coast thing, the whole sugar daddy thing. You know what I mean? So I mean, some guys have sugar mamas. I don't think I'd mind that.
I've had that before.
You've had a sugar mama before?
Oh yeah, a few of them, man. When I was younger.
Because we're men, we don't mind, you know, sticking it in. We don't mind, you know, doing those things. Take your care. Yeah. It's different though when you're a guy.
No, I'm with you, and I mean, I was fucking around in a sense where, you know, like you didn't work for anything. There's no struggle. Like everything he basically told me when I first met him, it's all fabricated. You know what I mean? And then I went to his hometown, and I finally seen the upbringing or whatever, and people even in his own crew would tell me like, "Oh yeah, that fool ain't from the street. He don't know nothing about no struggle. Like that fool grew up over here." His own people, when I first started going there, would be like, "Yeah, man, watch your back. Big's not who he says he is," because these people were even getting shit talked about other people to them. I mean, I got video and footage of so much shit talking that we've never even released, of disrespect to people that are on the team right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's sad to say these guys see it, it's in front of them, but they don't really have much else going for them.
You know what I always say too, and Eric, you could talk about this too. We've talked about this before in private. Like YouTube is a scary thing in that a lot of us are all friends. Like all my best friends are YouTubers, right? So you're careful with how you treat people as a result of knowing that. You know what I mean? So I'm surprised that he doesn't think about those things.
I mean, yeah, I just feel like, if you're genuine time, that'll always be there. You know what I mean? If you're a good person, it doesn't matter who the person is. No one's better than anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We all do this together.
Yeah.
Business that everybody can grow from. And all the shit talking and all that, if you don't like the person, just don't pretend to like the person. You know what I mean? Don't be shady. And that's kind of where I was coming off as, because all this stuff that I started to see over the years, 3.5 years, I talked to Topo and I talked to the other guys, and they're like, "Man, you did it, man. You did this, man. Thank you, man." You know what I mean?
I was going to ask you, how come they didn't expose him? Like Pitbull and Topo, they never exposed them. Why?
I mean, honestly, I can't speak for them, bro. But at the same time, they did say a few things, and that's how my video was going to go, my first video. But me and my fans have such a connection that I can't bullshit. You know what I mean? I got to tell the truth. Everyone's asking, "Joey, why did you leave Drink Cartel?" Joey, why? Joey, why? I had a video on the beach. Yeah, I'm just doing my own thing now, and no hard feelings, and it is what it is, and then I saw the video and I'm like, if I put this video out, I'm going to be just as fake as he is.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so I said, "Ricky, we're going to redo that whole thing, and I'm just going to start from the very beginning. Even if we got to do a part 2 of this motherfucker, we're going to do it from the very beginning."
You know what I was going to say? How does this end now? Like, what's going to fucking happen next? That's what I've been thinking the last few days. I'm like, some shit's going to fucking happen, because I don't think Big Boy's going to leave it at that. He's pissed. I know he's pissed at me now. He's pissed at you, and he's pissed at Eric.
Yeah, I know. And it is what it is. This is YouTube, bro. You know what I mean? If you want to make it street, I mean, then let's make it street. But we already saw what happened.
Which I was going to say, would you ever make up with him?
Make up with him?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, look, I would never make up with someone like that, because...
Yeah. Or make peace, not make up, but make peace, Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I'm at peace right now, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to speak my mind.
Yeah.
I mean, before he ran up on me, big dog, like, I didn't want no altercation. I thought maybe 33, 34-year-old man would sit down on a YouTube video and explain himself to his fans instead of trying to start a fight in a lobby hotel, because we saw what happened after the lobby hotel. Once my boys got there, again, I'm a Christian man, but, I had a couple of drinks in me. We just had some saltgrass. I had some carbs. You know what I mean? I was feeling good. And it just so happened we were walking down the street, and I was like, "Hey, it's 5:45. Wouldn't that be funny if Big Girl and SC guys were right here?" I promise you, John, the doors opened up right there, and they were standing there.
Wow.
And and it wasn't like I went looking for trouble.
Yeah.
We were walking from Saltgrass back to the hotel, and I said a comment, and it happened to open the doors. So I had to give my rebuttal and say, "Hey, look, we're outside now. We're not going to mess up $50,000 of lobby stuff."
And it's also embarrassing. I mean, the cameras are on. You want to be a man. You know what I mean? You're not just going to let somebody come there and fucking talk shit to you and just leave it at that.
Of course. And again, people think, "Hey, man, you're a bitch for pulling the blade." But again, those people that think that, they have never been where I've been through the stuff I've been through. They weren't standing up against 300-pound Big Girl. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And trust me, I wasn't taking no chances that night.
Yeah, let me ask you.
Called the police after the second altercation.
So if people would actually follow the story, I actually screen recorded it. 15 minutes after our altercation, he was in the room with the AFE people, and they were having a late night meeting. They said they were doing booth stuff, but people don't know this part either. I talked to somebody from Corpus that had a room right next to Big Joe, and he could hear Big Joe saying already that I was banned from the expo. So they already knew I was banned before I even knew I was banned. You know what I mean? So they basically talked to the people, got me banned from the George Brown event center, and they had HPD all over that place just to make sure that they were okay. I had the knife. I had a knife. But it's like, even the AFE people say, Joey, you got screwed. But
you know what's crazy? They did that to Eric. Remember Eric? They who's the guy you were beefing with at the expo last time?
Julian Smith. And yeah, I got banned because apparently he paid $60,000 for his booth. So it doesn't matter who's in the right, who's in the wrong. You know, they have to take his side. So it seems like that's kind of like the politics. That's what happened. Big Boy has the bigger following. So, you know, fuck who's right, who's wrong. Like they're taking it.
Not for long.
Yep. Yeah. Joey, you know, I was going to say too, because if you have something to say to Big Boy right now, if he's watching, what would you say to him?
I mean, shit, homie. You shouldn't have came at me at the bar. You know what I mean? You should have came on the video like a man. Answer your fans. I mean, real talk, people even in the comments right now, like him running up in the bar does not prove anything on the palabra, which is word, your word, and palabra.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? That just means that I'm not going to fight a 300-pound fat ass inside the lobby. That's all that means. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, guys, listen, thank you so much for coming on. And I hope we gave the audience a little bit more info on anything. Is there anything you guys want to say before we go?
STAXX Army, baby.
I was going to say, if you have something to plug, either of you guys, plug it.
Yeah, man. Just
plug.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, for the people that watch John's reaction video, make sure you watch my whole video before you think I'm like some weirdo who like has some fetish for Big Boy's weight, because this was part 4 and I went up to everybody and everybody else was cool. So out of context, I can see how it looks a little weird, but make sure you watch the whole video to get the full context.
All right. Anything, Joey?
Go check out STAXX Army's YouTube. So it's Joey STAXX on YouTube, and the whole story, everything we're talking about, from the 54-minute long roast video where I put Big Boy in it, the baby out. Go check out the channel. Show love. STAXX Army.
All right, guys. Thanks so much, and we'll talk soon.